everyone. Welcome to Biz Talk, World Talk Show presented by ClickAway Creators. Today is going to be a very special interview because I will be interviewing not just one but two people, Ms. Sophia Dash and Mr. Ahan Gadkari. They both are very young individuals and they have come up with this beautiful startup that is called Alethea Symposium. It's a beautiful venture, and I'm sure they would be better people to talk about this in detail. But at the same time, I would really like to talk about Sophia and Dash that being such young individuals, they have achieved a lot in life. We will be talking about their journey, of course. We'll be talking about the contributions, their experience, their failures, their obstacles that they have superseded, and then they have, come a long way. So without any further ado, let's just dive right into the video. And I'm really, really excited to know them personally as well. So please welcome Sophia Dash and Ahan Gadkari. Hello, Sophia. How are you? Hello, Ahan.
Fine, ma'am. Absolutely fine.
I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing over there? How's the COVID situation going?
I mean, let's. COVID is crazy everywhere, of course. Trying to cope with situations. I hope everybody's staying safe and healthy at your end as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
we're trying
definitely.
to make
We're
the best out of it.
Yeah.
Glad to know that. So, Sophia and Ahan, I'm actually very interested to know about, first of all, Alethea Symposium. And then we'll dive deeper into your journeys, individual journeys. All right. So whoever wants to go first, please. Let's start with the ladies, Sophia.
Okay, definitely. So Alethea Symposium is basically a youth-led educational forum. So the main aspect of Alethea is that it's completely youth-led. We have young entrepreneurs, young aspirants coming together and leading something which will, create a change in the education sector. So our main focus is basically the Sustainable Development Goal 4, that is right to education and accessibility of education. So we want to improve the quality of education in the world. And we started it with a very niche sector. We started it with Mumbai itself, then we're spreading it pan-India. And now with the help of ClickAway creators, we can definitely see it becoming bigger and bigger. Ahan?
Yeah, so I believe that Alethea started off as a conference mainly, but it grew into way more than that. Now, when we first started off as a conference, we saw that there were a lot of people from privileged backgrounds coming in to attend these conferences. So we decided to give a chance or to reach out to people from underprivileged sectors as well, so that they have an opportunity. From that, we have now even expanded into trying to contribute to policy formation by taking in the inputs from these young leaders, these minds, and then sending these proposals to the government as well as United Nations platforms, such as very recently we're going to be sending a policy proposal to the 7th Conference of State Parties to Arms Trade Treaty. So we want these kids to be involved and to have their solutions also be sent to such forums, wherein if they have the merit, if they can do it, then there's just because they come from an underprivileged background should not be a bar from them in reaching such forums and their ideas reaching there as well.
That actually sounds really interesting, honestly. At the same time, let me just quickly dive into your journeys. I'm sure, we have to talk about the obstacles and everything that have, been there in the journey. But let's start with your individual journeys. This time, let's start with Ahan. So how your journey has been so far?
The journey has, I mean, I can't say smooth. It was definitely filled with a lot of obstacles. And they keep coming and you have to keep facing challenges. It's like, moreover, like a journey is you leveling up constantly. You first face one major issue. Firstly, how to get people to come for events, how to have outreach for your events. Then once that is solved, then you have the next issue. Okay, now we have people. Now what content are we providing them? Okay, now this content has gotten old. How are we going to get new people? How are you going to approach more individuals? How are you going to create more outreach? After that is crossed and we find a way to start approaching more people, people start approaching us, then we reach another issue. Okay, now we have reached this level, but now we have reached a capacity. Now we need to expand to reach more people. So it's more or less a constant leveling up of factors that keep on going. And as for me, I would say the journey has definitely been an enriching one. As people say that the journey is better than the destination. Although I would not say we have reached a destination, we still have a long way to go. But I would definitely say that all those countless hours spent in conducting sessions and even helping that one person to move ahead is something that you can look back fondly on. And I think that's what it's all about. Sophia?
Yeah, definitely. So I believe one of the biggest obstacles that we faced when we were trying to make Alethea bigger than just a simple conference was that we were at such a young age. I was just 18, Ahan is just 20. And to make your presence known to the world, which is so known for actually overlooking teenagers' simple, you know, stance or actions. I think that was one of the biggest difficulties we faced was actually having to become a legitimate organization. That was something that we faced a lot. But then after, as Ahan has already said, after spending countless hours, we have collaborated with Teach for India. We've collaborated with the UN 75. We are right now in getting in collaboration with UNEP also for their upcoming program to represent India. So there are a lot of achievements that we have so far seen in our lives through Alethea, and social service I think is one thing that we believe in a lot. We are a social startup. For us profit comes secondary. For us the biggest achievement is to make a social change in the field of education, and as long as that is achieved, all the hurdles and all the obstacles are overlooked. So that is definitely there.
Thank you so much, Sophia and Ahan, for throwing light on the obstacles. And as you guys are mentioning that you have a long way to go, you guys are very young individuals, right? And these are just the startings for you, right? These are just the beginnings. At the same time, for such young individuals, Sophia and Ahan, it's very hard to manage people and team, and it's always a challenge. It's challenge for everybody, even when you're 40, 45, you're working in a company, it's very hard to manage a team. But being such young individuals, what are your methods that you have come up with?
Definitely. Okay, so one of the key things, or the thing that makes Alethea what it is the team that works for it. And Anne and I can both agree and attest to the fact that without our team, without the people working for it, Alethea wouldn't be where it is today. We treat our team members like our family. They are our family. We spend hours and hours of the day with them. Since we have a lot of young participants present and a lot of the youth involved, we have PhD students, we have master's students, we also have 9th and 10th graders involved with us. So be it their homework, be it their normal college applications, be it their normal CV resumes, we make sure that we train each and every individual present in our organization so that it's not just Alethea that they are approaching, but they can approach bigger conglomerates, and they can work with mega corporations after they work with Alethea. So that's like an overall personality building development sort of thing that we have as an approach in Alethea. Ahan?
Yeah, I would say that, of course, we treat them as family, and we do believe that our team is our family. And it's only because we treat them that way that they're still with us. And I don't think anybody would be with us unless this whole concept is there. But what I feel, moreover, is that as much as they contribute to us, we also need to contribute to them. And by that, I mean that if they need any help in filing an application or making a CV, or maybe even approaching some people, they need any personal help, we are always there for them. We are always approachable to them. And I think that creates a different type of bond. And at the same time, Alethea acts as a very open space wherein we make sure that everyone's voice is heard. In fact, one of our team members' advice itself helped us open up to the policy formation door as well, when we were first only in the social sector. And me and Sophia were wondering, should we go into that as well? Because we are already known as a social startup. So if we go into that, wouldn't that be like diverting from our image? And one of our team members told us, why do you care about diverting your image? What matters is that you're doing what you believe in. And if you believe that you want to take the solutions given by these kids, make policy papers and send them, then you all do that as well. And we started doing that, and we started getting, and all these international organizations, they also started reciprocating, replying to us, taking note of us. So in fact, I think it is a very open space, and it is a sense of togetherness that I hope we have created, and which makes our organization run as it is.
I wish you guys continue to grow the same way, and you stick to what you're doing right now, because it's just amazing. And I'm talking to two young individuals, and who actually understand the value of teamwork. At the same time, when you're talking about teamwork, let's talk about time management mantras that you guys have. Whoever
Okay.
wants
All
to
right,
go.
I'll start on this one. So
Yeah.
time management has in fact been a massive issue for me. I think even Sophia can pretty much attest to that. Uh, have been in my third year of law school at the same time doing 2 to 3 internships constantly with either law firms or think tanks and also managing Alethea. So it has always been an issue, but I have developed a work ethic or a sort of method to it that I believe has helped me. What I believe is that as long as I keep working and as long as I keep myself busy all the time, I always have a certain method of proceeding. If let's say I have 5 things to do today and Alethea adds one more, then I can just slot that one more thing within those 5 things and complete it. While if I was just idle the whole day, not doing anything, even if there was just one thing provided to me, I probably wouldn't be able to do it. So I think what really matters is not having a set schedule for every day, but rather having the right work ethic and just always keeping yourself busy. Because once you have that habit of being busy, then the time just manages itself and you just keep doing your tasks.
Definitely. And actually, Ahan is a pretty uh, contemporary person when it comes to actually setting a schedule, and he manages it pretty well. I'm pretty orthodox in this manner, so I follow very rigid schedule. So I would be putting on reminders so I literally put on alarms for my next meeting or for the next task that I have to do, or if Ahan and I have to sit together and make something new for Alethea. So we have a lot of things that we have not only in our personal and academic life, but also for the professional life. And I think the biggest reason why we're able to manage everything right now is because we set small targets for ourselves. We set small goals, and then once we accomplish that goal, we give a due recognition to it, and then we move on to the next goal. And I think that is a prime reason why we can, live the way we're living right now. Otherwise, it would have been pretty hectic.
To just add on one statement to that, as Harvey Specter, character from Suits, had once said that I don't have dreams, I have goals. After one goal, it's the next. So
Yes.
yeah, I guess that's pretty much the whole concept that is common between both of us, or however different our styles are.
Definitely.
Great. Also, I'll get to one very important question later, but I would like to just say that you guys have a very different kind of approach when it comes to time management, and I guess that's how you guys create a balance, right?
Right. Absolutely.
So that's a very beautiful part. Also, diving to my question, who is always late for work out of you guys? Like, when you guys are asking each other that this task needs to be done and this has to be done, and this is the deadline and all of that. So who is not following all of that?
I think both of us know it, Sophia.
I think that is such a
I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, for the past 2 days, I've been asking her to send me a particular document, and I'm still waiting for it. So
I come on the meetings on time. I come to the meetings on time. There's one particular task, but I think we take the thing 50%. But yeah, I do delay it when I can delay it, definitely. So that is that.
Also, who's late for work? Always.
Okay, Ahan doesn't come to the meetings
yeah,
on
that's
time.
there.
Ahan is always late to
Yeah,
meetings.
I mean, I am doing like again the whole busy thing. I'm doing something always. So I'll be in the middle of something,
Yeah, true.
and she calls me, saying, the meeting has started, and I'm like, oh damn, I didn't realize. So
Definitely.
yeah.
So we take the responsibility 50-50. Yeah. So we take the blame 50-50.
All right, amazing. Thank you so much for sharing so much with us. At the same time, unfortunately, we have come to an end. But before you go, what is that one advice that you guys would like to give to your industry people? At the same time, you are also young, so I can't ask you to give advice to young individuals, but anybody, I'm sure you have your own experience. It doesn't matter what is it, how many years it is. So what your experience has been, and what would you like to pass on to other people?
Actually, I'll start off with that because I would actually, even though the advice wouldn't be for any younger individuals, but probably for even me just a year or two ago, because that time I was a very different person. I used to barely do any work. I used to while away most of my time. I used to binge watch shows. I used to while away time. I used to not, I never had that work ethic. But then after I started working, I started taking up opportunities one after the other. I realized that the more work I'm doing, the more opportunities I'm getting. The more of them I'm grabbing, they're multiplying. It's like opportunities seize as you multiply. I mean, opportunities multiply as you seize them. So the more you take, the more they'll multiply. So I guess my advice would be to just start off at whatever. I mean, the definition of success for you shouldn't be all right, I'm reaching a Mukesh Ambani. Is no, rather it should be I am better today than what I was tomorrow. As long as you're achieving that every single day, you will definitely reach to a very high level.
Definitely, I completely agree with that. My advice to myself each day and to everyone who is nowadays coming and asking us to why Alethea is working the way it is or how did we reach this level is that never be afraid of taking risks, because I have always been this one person, this one coward girl who will sit in the corner not taking any risks. But I think Alethea has opened a whole new spectrum of, having to take risks. And if when you're an entrepreneur, you cannot sleep even for a day thinking that tomorrow's going to be a good day or tomorrow's going to be a bad day. Some days is going to be, you're going to face highs, some days you're going to face your lows. But I think the biggest part of it is that you should never be afraid of taking risks, and that is the one advice that I would definitely give to myself every day and to everyone else as well.
Well, that is just amazing and amazingly put, Ahan and Sophia. It was absolutely a pleasure talking to you guys. I got to learn a lot. I am truly inspired. And of course, this is not the last time that we're meeting. Of course, the first time, but not the last time that we're meeting. Before you guys go, just one thing. That was actually it was in back of my mind, at back of my mind, so I just wanted to let it out, not a part of the interview or something like that. But how did this name come up, Alethea?
Okay, so it basically, Alethea, we changed the spelling a lot so that it seems peculiar. The actual word Alethea, the actual word is Alethea. It means to heal. So we wanted to basically say that we are healing the next generation, we're healing the tomorrow. So we wanted to come up with a name which actually translates us or becomes a synonym of healing. So that was the entire ideology.
Though I have to honestly say, when she was the one who came up with the name, and when I first heard it, I was a pretty
He
reluctant
wasn't
on
a big
taking
fan
it.
of it.
But
Yeah,
then
he wasn't a
later,
big fan.
and I think it was because it was very unique. But then later, having this unique name helped us because people recognize us with this particular unique name. So it's definitely a good go to have that name.
Well, thank you so much for throwing light on everything, be it your journey, your contributions, or your experience, your failure stories at the same time, which has led you to this kind of success. So thank you so much for sharing great insights with us, Sophia and Ahan, and we really look forward to having a chat with you again on some other trending topic in the industry. And till then, to all the viewers, please watch the interview, like, share, and subscribe to ClickAway Creators YouTube channel. If you really, really like the interview, let's just do this. Please press on the bell icon so that you have more interviews coming in from Sophia and Ahan. This is Bharti for BizTalk signing off. Take care. Bye-bye.